Hey there, everyone. I am going to do something today I haven't done in a long time, which is just some pickups. Um, this is basically some stuff I bought over the past, like, month and a half, maybe 2 months. I'm guessing. It, it's a big pile of stuff, though, so I figured, might as well do some pickups. I haven't done that in a long time. So, here we are, we're doing some pickups, and we're going to start from oldest to newest. So we're going to start with some PC Engine stuff. The first game we have here is the Atlas Renaissance Voyager. Now, the Atlas here it's kind of a long-running series, but this is the first one. It's kind of like an Age of Discovery map simulator. It's hard to explain it. Basically, you're traveling around the world like it's the Age of Discovery. Like the whole map hasn't been drawn yet, so you go out and you explore and you find like it's not the real world, so you find all these like strange places where there's like strange continents and inhabitants of those continents. So imagine like I don't know how much people know about this kind of thing, but like there used to be like these old kind of world guides back in like the Renaissance era and stuff where they were full of like all these bizarre creatures and things that didn't really exist, like people whose bottom half of their body was just one giant foot, things like that. It's just like these strange things like that, and this game is full of stuff like that. It's really weird, but I bought it because I played the sequels, Neo Atlas, and then there's like Neo Atlas 2 and 3, and then recently a new one came out on the Vita. So before that one came out, I was thinking like, oh well, I'll just get the original one too and see how that is. It's like really old, but it's still a fun simulation game, I guess. If you can play it, I don't think there's an English version, but it's one of the rare games I've seen that supports the PC Engine mouse. I don't have one, but I should probably get one. Might be fun. Next, we've got another PC Engine game here. This is Megami TenKoku, and Megami TenKoku is Megami Paradise. Also, it says in English on this cover, so that's probably the official English name. But this is another simulation game, and I actually got this because a long time ago I saw Playongo doing a video about the sequel to this game on the PCFX Megami TenKoku 2, and I thought like, oh, that game looks really awesome, but I'm not going to buy a PCFX because like there's like almost no games on there that I want to play. So but the original one is on the PC Engine, and I already own a PC Engine, and I love that system. So you know, it's kind of like it's a simulator for girls. I don't know what it is. It's kind of hard to explain, but you send them out and they're like idols or something, and maybe you have to like get them to be popular around town, so like you can do things to gain their popularity and make them better as, it's kind of like a raising sim in that aspect, I guess. But, it's got if you can see, it's got some tennis panty shots, so I guess that's a thing. Um, but yeah, I just got it because the video I saw of the sequel looked cool, so I figured it's probably like the first one, and figured I'd get it and try it out. Next, we've got we're moving on to another system. We've got the Sega Saturn. I've got one game on the Saturn this time, I think, unless I've mixed other games in here. No, I did mix one in here. I got two games for the Saturn. Oh damn. Oh, damn. Okay. I've got two games for the Saturn. I've got, first one here this one is Feta Remake. And this is a kind of strategy RPG it's got some pretty cool animated cutscenes and stuff. And it's kind of a basic strategy RPG. There is a sequel also on the PlayStation that I didn't get this time, but I'll probably get eventually. But, it's pretty good strategy game. The other game here that I was worrying about because when I pulled it out, didn't have a cover, but it actually just fell out. What is this? Okay, this is a Pachinko Hall Simulator. This is essentially you're running a Pachinko shop, I guess, like a pachinko place, like a place where you'd go and do pachinko. And it's a simulation of one shop. doing that. So you're changing the things in the shop, changing the layout, and changing whatever, and you're doing that kind of thing. So, Pachinko Simulator? Not playing Pachinko, but running a Pachinko shop. So those are the games I got for the Saturn. But continuing on with that, we've got some other things that are related. So I guess I'll flip these around a bit so we can see the parallels here. This is Neo Atlas on the PlayStation. Neo Atlas, it's the sequel to the Atlas, which I talked about in the PC Engine part. This one is obviously, it looks a lot better. It's not the best one in the series. I have this on another, maybe the Saturn already, but I heard the PlayStation one is loads better for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I heard it was a little bit better. So I I just wanted to see if it's better. So I got Neo Atlas here on the PlayStation. And I also got King of Parlor, which is another Pachinko business simulator. So it's a business sim, but it's, running Pachinko parlors. So, yep, that's that's the kind of stuff I like. But continuing on with the PlayStation stuff, we got stuff that isn't Pachinko related, but we've got some other stuff. So we've got Bust a Move. This is Bust a Groove in the U.S. I know the title was changed because of the already Puzzle Bobble is renamed to Bust a Move in the U.S. for some reason. But Bust a Move, the first one. Now I had this when it originally came out. If you guys remember, the PS1 was like the dawning of the music rhythm game boom, and my girlfriend at the time really liked these games, so I got a ton of music rhythm games on the PlayStation 1 back then because it was something we could do together. But Bust a Move, it's a good game, and I replayed it again, and yesterday I replayed this game, and I thought, oh, it's still fun. And I remembered a lot of the songs, which was strange. This is the Japanese version, and the reason I got this actually was because someone was telling me in a stream that the Bust a Move Japanese version is slightly different from the US one. There's a couple of different songs, and there are a couple of different songs that I noticed. There were the Capoeira song is different. It's in Japanese and not English. And then there's an entirely different song for one person. Who is it? I don't remember who it is. But a lot of the songs they did recognize as the same, so it's good. So continuing that, I got Bust a Move 2 also, which this I've never actually played. I never played this one because it came out much later than Bust a Move, the original, obviously. So I just never. You know what? I might have played it actually. Now that I have to put it in and see if I remember any of the songs, because if I remembered the songs, then definitely I've played it. But I haven't put it in yet, so I don't know. I'm gonna say that I might. I'm 80% sure I haven't played it. So next we've got more simulation games. We've got Chocoo Stallion, and this is a chocobo breeding simulator for chocobo races. It's based on the Derby Stallion series, which is it's surprisingly fun. I don't like horse racing or anything. I don't like racing games in general, but it's not a racing game. It's a horse racing simulator. So you're breeding horses for horse racing, and the actual races, you don't do anything, you just watch them. So Chocoo Stallion is a lot like that. You're breeding chocobos for racing, I guess. And it's a simulation game, so I figured, I actually like those Derby Stallion games, so a chocobo one might be fun. So Chocoo Stallion it is. And now we've got a couple of strategy games. This is Cyber Dysyaku, this is kind of like a cyberpunk version of a standard kind of military, hex-based military battle game, Dysyaku, which is also on the Sega Saturn in the US as Ironstorm. So imagine this is like a cyberpunk version of Ironstorm. It's kind of like that. So when I didn't know this existed, but it's made by the same people, and there's a ton of Dysyaku is there's 100 games in that series. I don't have them all, but I didn't know there was a cyber one. I thought that was kind of cool, and when I saw it, I thought oh, that's kind of for me, so I'll pick it up, and I did. Haven't played it yet though. Next we've got Parodius Wars. It's actually Parodius Wars, but it's basically a Parodius-based simulation game. So you have a simulation battle, kind of a war simulation. It's not a strategy RPG, so like there's no RPG elements. It's like straight up a military simulation. But of course, all of the units you get are weird and crazy because it's Parodius. So you can select. I mean, I did play this for a bit. It's like kind of hard. When I started playing it, I thought like, wow, this is really difficult. And I think I didn't. When like that had a lot to do with me not understanding how it worked at first. But you know, as I got used to it, I thought it's still hard. So like, even though I like knew how to do it, it was still kind of hard. It was surprisingly difficult for something that's so goofy looking. But you get to select from different characters like you would in Parodius, and then you have like your own Parodius themed armies. So, you know, if you select the Penguin Kingdom or whatever, you get a lot of penguin based stuff, or you select like the Easter Island heads as one, so you get all these like weird Easter Island related things. It's a pretty cool thing. It's like fun, and if you like Parodius and you can enjoy dense war simulations, Parodius Wars might be up your alley. And the last game here is Screamin' Mad George's Paranoia Escape, and I got this for Pete Dorr actually. We're gonna work out a trade here, but this is kind of like the weirdest pinball game you'll ever play. It's like this bizarre horror pinball adventure kind of thing where like you're not on a pinball board, you're kind of like in a pinball maze where you're like moving through things with the flippers. It's unlike anything I've ever played before, but it's pretty interesting. And if you like kind of Screamin' Mad George is like a famous, in Japan famous at least, special effects artist, so like it's got like all this kind of weird horror special effects stuff going on in it. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna move on to the PlayStation 2, and you know, going with the kind of music game kick that I've been on lately for some reason. At least not new ones, old ones only. So like I played PaRappa the Rapper, and I thought like, you know what, I never played PaRappa the Rapper 2, so I had to rectify that. So I bought PaRappa the Rapper 2, and hopefully I'll be able to beat it, because playing the original PaRappa again recently, I thought like, Jesus, I don't know what the timing is for this game. I can never figure it out. And like I bought PaRappa when it originally came out, and it took me forever, but I did beat that game on the hardest difficulty. So like eventually it'll click again with me and I'll be able to do it. But like I played it again recently and I was back to being like, I didn't understand the timing. So it's the kind of thing where like I hope PaRappa the Rapper 2 makes it a little easier, even if it's the same. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but like I'll get it eventually. So PaRappa 2. Next we've got a kind of a weird one here. This is a simple series game. It's called the Splatter Action. Now the Splatter Action, you can imagine it as sort of like a it's like a Splatterhouse game, except okay, imagine if you guys know the Famicom game Wanpaku Graffiti, the Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti game. It's kind of goofy, but it's like a big head Splatterhouse game that's kind of silly. This is exactly like that. It's like a PlayStation 2 spiritual successor to Wanpaku Graffiti, which sounds strange, but here it is. This is actually the game, and it was a simple series game, and it plays just like a Wanpaku Graffiti does. Like you're this little the kid with this horror mask, and you're running through town beating up monsters, and it's kind of goofy and silly, but also kind of bloody. It's that kind of thing. So that's the Splatter Action. I think people don't know this exists because I imagine that like if they did, it would be a really expensive game. But if you see it, pick it up, because I assume that when people figure it out that it exists, it's gonna be expensive. It's cheap now though, so hop on it. Next we've got another one of my recent obsessions. We've got 3 DS games here. We've got P-Cross DS. P-Cross is a puzzle game. It's based on nonograms, which are kind of like a number-based puzzle thing to make pixel images. It's fun, and I can't stop playing it, and I exhausted all the Picross stuff that I already had on my 3DS, so I was like, oh, I gotta get more Picross. So I got a 3DS Picross. And then I was thinking, like, well, what other Picross games are there? What else can I get? It's gonna be more Picross. And I thought, oh, okay, here's this. This is like a 3D Picross, which I've never tried yet. I haven't tried this one because I haven't finished the other one. But I'm almost done with the DS one, so I'm gonna probably move on to this 3D Picross, which is, you know, the same kind of nonogram puzzle, but it's in 3D, so you have 3 axes to worry about instead of 2. It should be good. The last one is a non-Nintendo Picross game. This one is Illustologic plus Colorful Logic. So illustration logic plus colorful logic. It's another Picross game, but it's made by Hudson. I believe it's by, yeah, Hudson. And, you know, more Picross. You can't get enough Picross, really. So, and once I finish these, I'm probably gonna like go back and get even more Picross. There's that Super Nintendo one I don't have yet. And we're winding down here. We've got a PSP game. This is Wild Arms Crossfire. Wild Arms Crossfire. You know, I never paid attention to this game. I don't know why, because I like Wild Arms, but I haven't played all the Wild Arms, and I thought that Crossfire was a remake of the first game on the PS1. I was wrong. Someone was telling me, like, oh no, it's not. This is a strategy RPG, and I thought, like, oh really? Because that sounds awesome. I'd play a strategy RPG in the Wild Arms world, and then I was like looking it up, and I was like, it's hex-based strategy RPG. Now I'm sold. So like once I saw that it was hex-based, I'm like, fuck, I gotta have that. So Wild Arms Crossfire. This will be the next thing I play on the PSP after I finish what I'm doing now. But I'm excited for that. And I got 2 PS3 games here. This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Royal. This was like $1 because of all the weird DLC stuff. And I never played this game, even though people loved it. It was the kind of thing where I just wanted to, like, I know it's got like a bunch of garbage that people hated in this game, in Japan at least. I think the US version was different. But I just wanted to try it out and play it for a little bit. I'm not like super expecting to be way into it. I don't want to fight people. I just want to like play through it a little bit, see what it's about, and then like done. And at the price it was, which was $1, I thought like, well, that's a price I'm willing to pay to just try out a game. Like, who cares? It's worth whatever I get out of it. If I played it for an hour, it's worth $1. So the last one here is Shining Resonance, and Shining Resonance is the latest game in the Shining series, and I had completely forgot about Shining Resonance. I remember when it came out, and I pre-ordered it, and then I canceled the pre-order, and I was like, well, I got too much stuff coming out at the same time, I'll just get it later, and I just completely forgot about it. And then like someone was asking me about it in one of my Twitch streams, like, you gotta play Shining Resonance, or have you played Shining Resonance? And I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that game, I should buy it. And I looked it up, and it was like $10. And I thought, well, fuck, $10, that was the perfect wait time, I guess, because can't really expect to pay less than that. So I picked up Shining Resonance, and it'll be the next PS3 game I play. But, you know, I've played all the recent Shining games, and I've enjoyed them to varying degrees. So I'm hoping this one will be good. If it plays like the PSP ones, it'll be fine. Unless it plays like Shining Hearts, that would be less desirable. But if it plays more like Shining Blade or Shining Arc, I'll be relatively happy with that. So hopefully that'll be all I need. So that was my recent pickups. I've got a bunch of other stuff coming, but maybe I'll do a pickup video sometime. Maybe I won't. Who knows? So whatever, that's it. I guess I will catch you guys next time.